Thanks for tuning in. Join us as we navigate the growing Cleveland film scene. Learn from the movers and shakers of movie makers in Northeast Ohio. See how they keep themselves busy, who they are, and how they do it. Nice. All right, that sounded pretty good. All right, good. All right, so let's get started. Today we have on the show Scott E. Brosius, and he's going to be talking to us a little bit about what he does. And first off, how did you get the beard?
So the beard has a number of stories. So I make this web series called Woodsman, where it's basically a lumberjack who's in the woods and he fights Satan and occasionally trees. And,
Wait, so he's chopping no more Satans than trees?
Well, to be fair, the logs that I'm attacking are Satan logs that are imbued with the demons or Satan, and I have to kill them. So
okay.
Scream and it's blood, yeah. So,
nice.
So I grow my beard every year and I shave it, and then last year the plan was I was going to grow it out, and then because Satan is a jerk, Satan's going to shave my beard. And, last season, that's how the season ended. So, this season, I wanted to do the same thing. And then one of the main cast members was going through, just a horrible divorce. And he's like, let's just push it off. And then finally, I'm just going to move on with other stuff. And I was like, okay, I would let the beard grow, and I'll shave it next spring. And dear God, as a spirit, I was so tired of it. I can tuck it in my shirt.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's a thing, right?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a lot that's going on there. It's good though. I think it gives you a unique look too, and I feel like a lot of the different, at least from the preliminary kind of research on before putting together this podcast, it seems like a lot of the guys that are staying active, staying busy, and making a lot of video projects in Cleveland do have a really unique look to them. They are it's like you can tell that's him, that's that guy, even in distant pictures, right? Which I think works a lot for the branding. But talk to me a little bit about kind of how many projects you're usually working on. What do you like your team to look like? If you're working on something that's like, hey, this is my big one for the year, I want to be proud of this one. What does that look like as comparison to maybe what the day-to-day your team looks like normally?
I'm a fairly organic filmmaker. If I make a short and I really liked it, the cast and crew really liked it, then, I'll be inspired to either make that into, let's say, a 20, 30-minute piece or a feature. So I did a short film last summer for the 40-Hour Film Festival called Chains of Burden. And I'm expanding that into a feature, an hour-and-a-half piece.
Wow. And,
just expanding on the backstory from a 7-minute film.
Wow.
Then we did a film actually 2 films this winter in January. One was for a local festival called the Fun Mill Competition and Festival. And it was a 7-minute film. And then a week later, I did the World 48 competition, which was all the best filmmakers of the 48-Hour Film Festival were invited to compete in that festival.
Oh, wow.
So in the span of 1 week, I basically wrote one film, and then the next week I was I got sci-fi, I got this, dystopian, I got, we had to use medicine as one of the prompts. So I was like, man, this is the film I did last week. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna make a sequel. From there, it just kind of snowballed, and now I'm making this big pandemic film.
Wow.
That started January 2nd, and I'm shooting it in I'm hoping to be at maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes for the final product.
Okay.
And I'm making a pandemic film during the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, it'll give you certainly a unique angle. How many features have you done? How many are you trying to do? Is there kind of a schedule? We're trying to do one a year essentially, if we can. That's our best case scenario. What's
So I've done 2 features already.
Okay.
I guess by some festivals' definition, I'll have maybe 2 features done before July, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
It just depends on this is killing me.
Yeah.
I'm also going to do maybe whether you want to call it a web series. I'm going to finish Woodsman and shave it off.
Okay.
Shave everything.
Nice.
So I'm trying to do that. That should be easy because it's going to be in a woods with a very, very small cast and crew.
Okay.
Today, I'm a scene for my pandemic film. I'm going to be the crew, and the crew. And I have 2 cast members, and I'm just going to boom it. I'm going to have social distancing.
Okay.
The boom is not social distancing. It's going to be close.
Okay.
Like the desire to lavalier them is there, but I'm like,
yeah.
Just go.
So
I'm a filmmaker, so like, for the most part, I can do everything alone.
Okay.
I do have a crew usually under 10 people.
Okay.
So I don't generally make films with these giant crews.
Right.
And so for the most part, I can shoot easily.
Mm-hmm.
But when every location is closed, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Right. Well, and going off of that too, because that's kind of something I want to be able to cover with this as well, is kind of show people, okay, what's different with the Ohio filmmakers, and it's
Right.
I think there's certainly some fun, and hey, I'm controlling a ton of people. There's a huge crew with people like dancing at your every word. That would be fun. I don't think any of us in Cleveland are saying like, no, that'd be stupid. We don't want that. But at the same time, I do really like the being able to be a little more free and less I don't know. I'm sure this is not going to be the case for every single person that we interview, but it sounds like it might be for yours. And the way that we like to do ours, we like the freedom. We like the okay, for this area, maybe I'm not going to be as rigid as most films are, where you're going to have a sheet of this specific thing you have to accomplish. But or making, if the person says any word that's slightly different from the script, being freaking out about that. But what are some of the areas that you'd say, okay, for somebody who has no idea and they just know how Hollywood films are made, what's something that you'd say would be unique to the way that you like to do things, and some of those elements like the smaller crew and those kind of things?
So really, the 2 types of films I do are I do a lot of dark stories about the darker side of humanity, just kind of a reflection on what's happening in the current world. Mm-hmm. And usually it has a very dark pitch to it. And then the second type of films I do are usually a mockery of everything and just kind of a comedy. So what I've learned with comedies are, if you want to be funny, you can't adhere to like words written down.
Okay.
You really give people room to breathe. In drama, it's easier for them to adhere to. One, you have talking points that you want to hit, you have emotions you want to hit, and then you have story points that you need to continue to drive. So, like, having people memorize dialogue in a drama is much more important, just because. And if they go off, like, add a word or 2 words or 5 words, whatever, as long as they're memorizing the story, not the script, that they understand the story and what their characters are supposed to be doing. Don't turn a 2-sentence dialogue into an 8-sentence. That would be my only caveat to that. But for the most part, if you can stick to the script, but expand on the emotions, because in a drama, I care more about the emotions than about the words.
Okay. Good. No, that's very helpful. I think that's good information to keep in mind, especially because a lot of people can kind of feel the scene. If you get good actors, they can kind of feel the scene and know, like, okay, the pause right here does feel like I could throw something additional in, or so you definitely need to have a bit of that free form to it, I think, to get that unique style and to have it be entertaining. So no, that's great. Talk to me a little bit about why. We're gonna get into some deeper stuff now, so I'm sorry if this all of a sudden gets like, wow, that got really emotional. No, but why? So why do you do it? Why do you think you choose the types of things? You can be as open and as free as you want about this, but like, what drives you to make the types of things? What drives you to make the type of projects that you do? Why the darker and why the humor is the other project? Why those?
Well, for the humor, because I do so many dark films, it's nice to just laugh. Like, I want to laugh on set. I want to laugh after set. I'm an editor, so like, I'm not just on set seeing it. I have to see it 1,000 times, in my editing days. So, after you do so many dark films, you can internalize it, and like you've heard stories like Heath Ledger, just overdosing because like he took too much of the Joker inside himself.
Yeah.
So, and I guess that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't want my everything in life to be about dark, but the reality is, look at the time we're in.
Mm-hmm.
we're in a dark time. I mean, the Syrian war is still happening, but we're not talking about that because we're in COVID-19.
Right.
So imagine being in a war zone and dealing with COVID-19.
Right.
That's happening in Syria today.
Yeah.
So I guess like a lot of the inspiration that I have for my darker films is just watching the news or reading the news or just being aware of like what the world is presently, in the future, and in the past.
Yeah. And when you create something, I know some filmmakers will kind of come at it from different angles. Are you hoping to be able to provide answers to the situations people are going through? Or are you hoping to pose the question so that they can answer it themselves? Or are you the kind that just wants to, at least show them that this situation could happen so that the processing happens before the situation happens? I know it can go a few different ways depending on the project even too, but do you feel yourself leaning in any different individual area?
I guess I lean to letting people just to expand their own thoughts about the situation. Like, do they understand why? My goal is to try to make really human reactions and really human films.
Okay.
Sometimes human makes really poor decisions, and sometimes humans make really good decisions that can turn out really poor. And one of my films that I'm basing this whole feature on, called Vile, it's a series of kind of decisions that are really, really dark decisions, but if you analyze them, they're decisions that are reasonable in a very unreasonable way.
Gotcha.
And in general, like that's kind of my inspiration of how I write. Is I want to see people at their absolute worst, because if we could see people at their worst, we can understand what our best is.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good to be able to see. And the comedy side of things, that's just the levity for you? Do you provide, is that for same thing to readjust the audience as well? What's the behind that? You just a funny guy?
Like comedy to me is like a drama. Like I feel that any of my dramas can connect with most people.
Okay.
But I feel that my comedies will connect with some.
Okay.
Because with comedy, like, Airplane is very funny.
Yeah.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail is very funny.
Yes.
So, like a lot of my comedy kind of revolves around like Monty Python, kind of, really dry, borderline, really, really dark. In general, a dark person. And it's funny because, like, I'm just like a dad, middle class guy, I crawl around with my kids playing Legos, But, like, my kids don't even know what I'm making films about.
Okay.
And, like, I have a 5-year-old and 7-year-old that are going to see my film and they're like, you're maybe delusional or psychotic.
That's good. We got 1 minute left, so I want to do some just rapid fire, just quick answers. Kind of where are you, don't give me your address, but where are you located? Where do you usually want to film around?
Cleveland, Ohio, and I like to film around here.
Okay, good. So what's your favorite project that you've worked on? Some kind of thing you're most proud of if people go and visit one place after this?
Vile. I love it, and you can find it on my YouTube page, YouTube.com/SC Brosius.
Perfect. Anything else that you want to say to other filmmakers in Cleveland? Are you the kind that's like, hey, don't bother me? I'm working on my own projects, or you want people to come join up with you? Where are you at?
I'm all about collaboration. I'm really kind of in a mentoring stage where if people are at the beginning, I want to help people, be at my level or be beyond my level. And then maybe I can ride their coattails someday.
That's great. All right, well, thank you for coming on to the podcast today. Thanks for doing this.
No, this is great. This is great just having a purpose right now during the apocalypse, man.
Yeah.
Because the apocalypse is boring.
Yeah, that wasn't what anyone would have predicted. It was the twist ending that nobody saw coming with the apocalypse. It was a lot more boring.
It's like the original movie Dawn of the Dead, where they're like living at the mall and just kind of like bored and like just like okay. Like that's kind of like what it feels like the apocalypse is. So like, pretty soon is like my house going to get overrun by like people that want bread or toilet paper. Like what's going to happen?
Probably toilet paper. Yes, if you've stocked up, then I'll be coming to you. I'm almost out. So, all right. Well, it was really nice meeting with you. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Adios.
All right. Good seeing you. I'm shutting off the cameras now. Thanks for coming on.
You do it.